I already beat him at the press conference today. He's already a losing man.
Well, I don't like things like that. I mean, it's ridiculous, and you see these scuffles and all this nonsense at press conferences, and that is where it goes wrong. There's a little cut. I don't know how bad it is. I've not had a chance to speak to anybody.
Tyson Fury throws chair at Fabio Wardley during heated press conference, and the boxing world was left absolutely stunned. 1 second it was standard trash talk. The next Fury completely lost it. Wardley kept twisting the knife, bringing up those two Usyk losses, exposing cracks in Fury's confidence. The room froze, security rushed in, and suddenly this wasn't hype anymore. This was raw emotion, wounded pride, and chaos that nobody saw coming. Tyson Fury completely hijacks the press conference and goes straight at Fabio Wardley, turning the atmosphere toxic in seconds. Fury dominates the moment, barking insults, brushing Wardley aside, and trying to humiliate him publicly. It's loud, aggressive, and calculated intimidation. Fury wants control back, wants the spotlight back, and he makes sure everyone in that room feels it.
Little foreign prick. I've got no interest in him at all. Gypsy King's back.
Fabio Wardley fires back after Fury's attack, and he doesn't hold anything back. He admits that security had to stop him before he could strike Fury, showing just how heated and personal this feud has become. Wardley's defiance proves he's willing to go toe-to-toe with the Gypsy King, turning what was meant to be a promo into a full-blown showdown of egos.
She reached for the mic and I was ready to fucking lash out around his head, but he got lucky that time because, yeah, I reached for the wrong.
Frank Warren steps in to calm the chaos, stressing that this isn't some street brawl but professional boxing. He points out that Fury and Wardley need to save their aggression for the ring, not the press conference. Warren's words are a sharp reminder that ego and tempers can boil over, but the real battle and the payday only happens when the gloves are on.
They've had a push and a shove.
Well, this is not a gang fight. You know, the only two of be fighting are the boxers and save it for the night. They don't get paid. They don't get paid to fight before the fight.
Dave Coldwell reacts to Fury's chair throwing chaos, and he's making it clear this wasn't just fun and games anymore. Every humiliation Fury has endured, every jab about his defeats to Usyk had been building up, and finally, it spilled over. Laying hands on Wardley, even with a chair, sent a shockwave through the room. The Gypsy King's pride isn't just bruised, it's combustible.
Everything that, because that's a little bit naughty. Because I know it's all, you know, fun and games at press conferences, but when you lay your hands on another man's face, whether there's an egg in it or not, you've laid your hands on his face, and that takes it to another.
Eddie Hearn weighs in on the explosive fallout, saying it was inevitable that Fury snapped. Push him, shove him, insult his legacy, and you force a reaction, especially when family and personal jabs are thrown in. Fury's chair throw wasn't random. It was a dramatic, fiery response to provocation. In that moment, the press conference became a live spectacle of ego, anger, and pure boxing chaos.
Pushes your buttons, when someone shoves you like that, when someone starts talking about your mum, no man, like, look, I'm a complete pussy, right? If you start talking about my mum and all this other stuff, I'm going to have a pop at you. I can't fight it, but I don't care, I'll have a right go. And you're talking about the world heavyweight champion, if you start talking to him like that, if you shove him like that, he's going to react.
Simon Jordan reflects on the Fury-Wardley chaos, noting that in boxing, tempers flare and lines are crossed more often than fans expect. He compares it to past incidents like Chisora or Chisora, saying these moments are unnecessary but part of the sport's raw reality. Jordan isn't shocked or offended, he sees it as another dramatic layer in boxing's unpredictable theater.
Just an egg in his face. I mean, how many times have we seen boxers do things that they shouldn't do? You know, we saw Derek Chisora spit on Vitaly Klitschko.
We didn't need that.
I'm not offended by it.
Adam Smith puts it in perspective, explaining that while these actions aren't condoned and shouldn't happen at a face-off, they're part of the fight business. Moments like Fury throwing a chair only amplify hype, tension, and drama. Smith emphasizes that the spectacle is bigger because of it, and now the world waits to see how this storm of ego and aggression plays out in the ring.
twice as big for the casual fans. Do we condone it? I mean, in boxing terms, should that happen at a head-to-head? Of course not, but these things do happen. This is the fight business, and it's just made it even bigger, and we wait to see what happens next.
Tyson Fury lays it all out, showing why he's the Gypsy King, making it clear that he respects power but fears no punch. Fury's confidence isn't arrogance, it's calculated. He knows heavyweights can end fights with one shot, but he trusts his chin, his timing, and his ability to control the distance. Every jab at Wardley or anyone else isn't just words, it's a psychological chess match. Fury's mindset is lethal. Let them hit, if they can, but don't let it phase you. In the chaotic aftermath of the press conference, this reveals why Fury thrives on pressure and provocation.
Don't get concerned over a man's ability, because that's his God-given talent. He's strong and he can punch hard and knock men out. That's what he does. But all of these guys can punch hard. All heavyweights, if you let a heavyweight hit you in the face, knock out. Sure. So it's up to me not to let that happen. You know, if he lands a punch on me, great. If he doesn't, then he doesn't. But my chin is not like a piece of paper like you.
Fabio Wardley responds with equal fire, showing he's no pushover. Wardley boasts about his power, his ability to drop opponents, and his confidence in follow-ups. He's promising action, not just threats. Every fighter he's faced has gone down, and he frames Fury as next in line. Wardley's words aren't just bravado, they're a challenge, a direct counter to Fury's psychological dominance. The tension between these two is palpable, and the boxing world can feel it. A collision of egos, skill, and raw knockout power, all building toward a storm in the ring.
I was delayed in the process of getting people out, but you can see from my career, as soon as I have you hurt, you're getting out of there. Every opponent I've ever faced has hit the canvas. I can bang and I can follow up and I can get you out of there. Those things are guarantees.
John Fury breaks down the heavyweight picture, highlighting that Fabio Wardley and a few other young guns have legitimately earned a shot at Oleksandr Usyk. He stresses that among the top four. Heavyweights, Tyson, Wardley, Agid, and Gabriel, only the deserving fighters will get their chance. John makes it clear, this isn't about hype, it's about opportunity. Wardley proving himself against these top names could shake up the division, and anything can happen when hungry, powerful young fighters collide with established stars. The stakes are massive, and every move counts toward who will face Usyk next.
The way I look at it, these other boys, Fabio Wardley, Agid Gabriel, they've earned the right to fight Usyk next. They really have. You know, and there's only 3 heavyweights out there. There's 4. Usyk, Tyson, Wardley, Agid, Gabriel, who's on this weekend. It's between those 4 heavyweights. But I think either Agid Gabriel or Wardley deserves a shot at Usyk next. You know, and I'm just saying it because I think that's the way it is. You know, and we've got plenty of time. You know, but I just think, you know, if he meets these young guns.
Duke McKenzie injects a dose of reality, questioning whether Fury's legacy truly matches the legends. While Fury has fans and charisma, McKenzie argues that beating Fabio Wardley alone doesn't cement greatness. He challenges the hype, pointing out that a single win, no matter how flashy, doesn't define a career. In a division full of heavyweights hungry for the spotlight, Duke reminds viewers that respect is earned consistently, not just in isolated moments, and that Fury still has to prove he belongs at the very top.
You know, obviously Fury's got his own fans and people that think that he is a legend and one thing and another. Well, that's all well and good, but you've got to look at his resume. It doesn't stack up. Not to the great fighters. It doesn't stack up. So, you know, he is where he is. Like I say, if he beat Fabio Wardley, that doesn't make him great. That doesn't make him great. You know,
Fabio Wardley issues a knockout warning to Tyson Fury, and he's not holding back. Wardley is younger, fresher, and full of confidence, claiming he can replicate what Deontay Wilder did and stop Fury in his tracks. His words aren't empty bravado. He truly believes he can get through Fury's defense and land the decisive blow. This isn't just hype, it's a direct challenge to the Gypsy King, signaling that Wardley is ready to back up his talk in the ring. The tension is palpable, and the boxing world is now buzzing with the possibility that Fury could finally face a real, unpredictable threat in Wardley's raw power and hunger.
How many times, and I'm a bit younger, a bit fresher, got a few more tricks in my pocket, so if I can do it, I can do it. I can get Fury out of there.
Do you see that? If that's a fight that happens, you see yourself knocking him out?
Yeah, 100%. I see myself getting him out. I can actually see it as well, because I know I can get to it.
Fraser Clark breaks down Fabio Wardley's strengths, and his assessment carries serious weight because he's faced him in the ring. Clark emphasizes that Wardley hits like a sledgehammer, his punches are devastating and can change the course of a fight instantly. But it's not just raw power that makes him dangerous. It's his grit, toughness, and mental resilience. Wardley absorbs pressure, keeps coming forward, and never quits, making him a nightmare for any heavyweight. Clark's insight shows that Wardley's combination of strength, durability, and relentless drive makes him more than just hype. He's a genuine contender who can make even seasoned champions respect every punch he throws. The Gypsy King should take notice because Wardley's threat is very real.
So you've been in with Fabio Wardley on a couple of occasions. What are his biggest qualities?
Well, you don't need me to tell you nothing more than he can punch very hard. You only have to ask my face. Yeah, he can really bang, and he's gritty. He's tough and he's gritty. That's definitely his strengths.
Derek Chisora showers praise on Wardley, calling him virtually untouchable in the ring. Chisora insists that trying to box him is a mistake. Wardley's skill, timing, and unpredictability are elite. He compares Wardley to a modern Muhammad Ali, highlighting not just his talent but his aura, movement, and fight IQ. Chisora stresses that Wardley's combination of natural ability, work ethic, and mental toughness makes him an extraordinary force in the heavyweight division. Anyone underestimating him risks serious trouble, as Wardley can dismantle opponents who rely solely on power or experience. In Chisora's eyes, Wardley is a once-in-a-generation talent, and his rise commands full respect from the boxing world.
Everybody gets it wrong. You don't box this guy. It's like, I cannot explain it to you in a way you understand. You can't box him.
He's just too good.
He's just unbelievable great. Yeah, forget good, he's amazing. Yeah, he's great, he's amazing. He's like the white Muhammad Ali. He might not talk like Muhammad Ali, but he is the Muhammad Ali of the last generation. You understand? We have to give him the credit where it's due. Yeah? He is that guy.
Ade Oladipo breaks down the stakes of a potential Fury versus Wardley clash, and the implications are massive. He points out that for Wardley, this is the opportunity of a lifetime chance to fight a global superstar and prove himself on the biggest stage. For Fury, it's a financial jackpot and a pathway to reclaiming relevance, even if regaining a world title isn't his primary drive. Oladipo frames it as a win-win spectacle. Wardley gets exposure and a career-defining shot, while Fury's aura and earning power make the fight irresistible. The matchup isn't just about belts, it's about legacy, risk, and the drama that only boxing's biggest personalities can generate.
Seeing Fury fight, I would love to see the Fabio Wardley fight. I think that's a great fight. I think that's a big fight as well. Fabio Wardley would love to get that call. Tyson Fury, I mean, that's jackpot financially. He would love that call. For Fury, it's a chance of becoming a world champion again, which obviously isn't Fury's drive, but I mean, it's a chance to become world champion.
Liam Goff offers a sobering perspective on Fury's vulnerability, noting that in his first fight against Usyk, Fury was outboxed and outlanded, especially in the early rounds. While many fans dismiss it as showboating, Goff stresses that Fury's effectiveness can dip, and that's where Wardley could strike. Even a slightly off pace, Fury could be challenged by Wardley's youth, power, and timing. Goff cautions that Wardley isn't just punching for hype, he's a legitimate threat capable of exploiting any lapse. The commentary underscores that the heavyweight landscape is wide open, and Fury's legacy could face serious tests against a hungry, dangerous contender like Wardley.
Very good at, like, you look at the first Usyk fight. The first couple of rounds that Usyk was clearly winning out, landing Tyson Fury. You saw many people saying, oh, Fury won like round one, where he didn't land anything. And he got hit a couple of times because of the showboat. And he didn't do as much of that in the rematch, interestingly enough, with Alexander Usyk. But he is very smart in there, Tyson Fury. And I keep saying we need to really see what he looks like in his comeback fight before we can make any assessment or any judgments. If he's, say, 10% less of what he was in both Usyk fights, I still think that's enough to beat Fabio Wardley. I do. I'm not saying he wouldn't have his, hardships in that fight, certainly.
The Fury versus Wardley saga has taken the boxing world by storm, from chairs flying at press conferences to fiery exchanges and knockout threats. Fury's ego, experience, and skill clash with Wardley's youth, raw power, and relentless hunger, creating a powder keg of tension that fans can't ignore. Every insider, from Chisora to Clark, confirms it. This isn't hype. It's a real, high-stakes showdown waiting to happen. The heavyweight division is alive with speculation, and one thing is certain: when these two finally step in the ring, fireworks are guaranteed. So now it's over to you. Who do you see coming out on top in this epic clash? Will Fury's experience and resilience withstand Wardley's raw power? Or is the Gypsy King about to meet his match? Drop your predictions and join the debate below.